Assalamu alaikum everybody, this is your brother Sam Abu Yusuf and a very, very warm welcome to the latest video on the Sam of Somalia channel. So in this video we're going to go over 5 Somali words that you need to know, and if you don't know, get to know. So we're going to start off just by mentioning that these are all words that you definitely need to know if you're being told off regularly by a Somali parent, or if you're around people who get told off by Somali parents quite often. These are terms that you don't really have all of them in the English language, which is why I thought it was really important to make them. So we'll get started with them. So the first one is the word a'ab. A'ab. I don't think I've ever done a video, sorry, on this channel about the word a'ab, but it loosely translates to the word shame. But of course it's culturally, it's tied into the culture. Certain things of shame would be considered a'ab to Somalis that, you know, English people, certainly white British people wouldn't consider a'ab. So for example, something that is a'ab is not being good to your guests. You know, if guests come over and the house is untidy and you know, you haven't prepared food or something, that's something which is considered a'ab. And then it can vary from household to household, I suppose, what people consider a'ab. It's not tied into the religion. You know, the term haram in the religion is a legal term. And to say that something is haram, you need evidence from the religion. You need evidence from the Quran and the Sunnah. But to say something is a'ab, it's just cultural. It's purely cultural. Like, it can change over time, really. Well, although with Somalis, they are quite closely tied. Things which are bad in the religion might be considered a'ab in a Somali context. So that's the word a'ab, something shameful. So it's important for you guys to understand that if you hear it. The second of the 5 words that's essential for you guys to know, and it doesn't translate very well to English, but it's Ciyaal suq. Ciyaal suq hatahay. Ciyaal suq translates, you know, these words are from Arabic. The word Ciyaal means people, or it might be the other way around, might be from Somali and ended up in Arabic. I'm not sure which way around it is, but it shares those words with Arabic. So Ciyaal just means people, really, and suq is like the Arabic word suq, which means a market. So it's like the people of the market, but what it actually means is sort of youths or hoodlums or hood rats or something. You know, you might say that people are Ciyaal suq if they're always like hanging around in the streets, you know, in hoodies and whatever, like roadman or whatever. It's like the Somali word for roadman, Ciyaal suq. And there's always, like, I've seen the joke a few times on Instagram among like Somali diaspora Instagram accounts that say that to Somali parents there's like doctor, engineer, and then everyone else is Ciyaal suq. You know, people, like the families traditionally might not consider it like a respectable career if you're anything other than doctor, engineer, Ciyaal suq. You're just Ciyaal suq if you're not a doctor or an engineer. In my experience, that's not actually true. That's just a joke. So, but anyway, that's Ciyaal suq. That's what it means and where it comes from and how to use it. The third word is the word Saqajaan. You might hear the word Saqajaan used with the word demi, because demi means like to turn it off. If you say demi, it means, you know, to turn it off. Often in Somali homes, the word Saqajaan is used for things that come on the TV. You know, often, you know, if people live in the cities, it's not easy for the kids to like be outdoors. So people are watching TV a lot, like even like in every culture, right? Kids are watching TV all the time. So so you might hear people say Saqajaan about something that's on the TV. Saqajaan, why? It's Saqajaan means it's like it's dirty, it's filthy. It can be used to describe people if they're sort of a bit sort of loose-moraled, if they're Saqajaan. You might know someone who is like low-key Saqajaan, but it just means disgusting, yeah. So you might hear it. If it's something on the TV, they might say Saqajaan and then demi, just turn it off. If there's something Saqajaan, then demi it. The fourth of my 5 keywords has had its own specific video. It's dhaqan celis. The word dhaqan celis is basically about sending your children back to Somalia to learn their culture. Or often it's tied into religion. You know, if you have children in the UK or in Sweden or in the US or in Canada or whatever, and they grow up and they're not really in touch with their religion and their culture, you might do something called dhaqan celis. It's like sort of revival, I guess. It's like revival in like religion and culture in them. You sort of send them back to the homeland, to go and sort of you know, recharge their Somali and Muslimness. And Yeah, so dhaqan celis. You might say that someone they need dhaqan celis if they can't speak Somali properly, or they, or whatever. I made a joke on my YouTube channel ages ago. There was one of my subscribers who said, like, I don't like dates or banana. Like, is that aib? And I was like, yes, that's aib, and you need dhaqan celis. Yeah, but I mean that's just a joke, really. I'm in no place to say anyone needs dhaqan celis because I'm not Somali. The fifth and last of the 5 key words for the day is the word xaasid. If some of you have some knowledge of the Quran and you have some knowledge of sort of Quranic mustalahat, like the terminology that comes up in the Quran, the verb hasada in the Arabic language means to be jealous, actually, of somebody, and a xaasid is someone who's envious or jealous. But in the Somali language, that's not really the meaning of it. Someone being xaasid in the Somali language more just means they're horrible, or like they're just a bad person. You might say, xaasid, why are you? If someone's, let's say someone called Roble, yeah, Roble xaasid, why are you? He's a bit xaasid. He's just not he's just not very nice. It's like, it just means horrible, really. Or you might say, adi xaasid at tahay, adi xaasid tahay. You might say to someone, you're horrible, or something. I say it to my wife all the time, but it's only because I'm practicing my Somali with her. It's not really me calling her horrible. So those are the 5 words. Let's have a little run through them, just so you don't forget them going away from this video and clicking onto a cat video or something. So the first one was, what was it? The first one was a'ab. The second one was i'al suq. The next one was Saqajaan. The next one was dhaqan celis, and the last one that we just did was xaasid. If you enjoyed this little Somali language lesson with a little cultural insights, and I really hope you did, then don't forget to like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And also, those of you guys out there who haven't ever left any comments on my channel, go into the comment section, leave a comment, hit me up, just say, Sam, there are humans watching your videos out there. And also, if you see comments down there that are educational and you think will help other people, make sure you like them, because some people comment some things that are nonsense, as this is YouTube, and it's a place where people do that. So like comments that you think are educational and will help people, and that way other people will know if they're good comments that'll help them learn, inshallah. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.